Shout out all my listeners of Comp Beasts. I couldn't think of any way to start the podcast. So shout out to you guys. I'm Logan. Over there's Daniel. We're gonna record this, and then we've got a very special episode for you guys. Okay, we're not gonna tell you what it is. We're just gonna let it drop. All right, I think that'd
Yeah,
be
yeah.
fun. So
I'd like to welcome Mackenzie.
Mackenzie.
Yeah, Mackenzie. She declared herself the new comp beast this week.
She did. She said, "Tucker's out. I'm in, baby."
Yeah.
That was pretty exciting. So we've got a lot to talk about. We lost Joseph. That was pretty sad. You lost Tucker and Joseph back to back. Daniel has a spider on his hand.
It was some sort of a sticky residue. And I promise you, yeah, I know what you're thinking, but it's not that. I wasn't doing that.
He was free soloing this morning.
I know
That's
you
what
like to
Tim
talk about.
calls
I should
masturbating.
never have even said anything. God
I don't
damn
know
it.
why you did. That was crazy.
I know. That was
How
the
you
worst
feeling?
possible answer.
Joseph's gone. The chosen one.
I'm so sad that the hashtag critics are gone. They were my favorites in a while, but I really it's gonna be interesting to talk about this week. I really thought the Big Brother editors threw Joseph under the bus this week.
He gave him a lot to work with.
I you're not wrong. Listen,
It's tough to say.
it
The way he treated Angela was pretty hilarious.
yeah, that was
I don't know how
amazing.
you're even here, Angela. The next
I,
day, she's off the block. He's on the block.
my notes evolve. It's like
I think they could have been protecting him this whole time. What do you think?
it's
They
possible.
could have done worse.
Yeah. But like at first I was like, man, they're really making Joseph look bad here. But then by the end of it, my note is honestly the Joseph interview with Julie is a little sad. So I
I
think I'd come
agree.
to terms with it. The
Yeah.
guy just had an inflated sense of his importance in the house and his abilities at the game.
I think he thought he was gonna be. I like the part where he said he didn't even think he was gonna get this far, so that was nice. Like he thought he'd be the
Yeah.
first one out, which I sort of believe. But I also think he thought he was gonna win. I think he thought he was Dan a little
I
bit.
I I think after a while, like after he like survived a few rounds and had a little thing with Quinn going and had a little thing with Tucker going, I think he'd convince them. Like I think when he says to Angela that his plan was to take Tucker to the final two and beat him, I think
That
he
was
means
crazy.
that.
Yeah, I forgot about that. That
Yeah.
you have no shot. Nobody votes for you. Not one
He
soul.
miscalculated that as bad as his chances with Leah.
Yeah. Well, she's doing a good job leading these guys on.
She really is. She's got a few of them wrapped around her little
She,
fingers.
Quinn called her out on it, but I mean, he's right, but he can't stop it from happening.
He's full of shit though. Like he can be aware of it as much as he wants, but that
It's still
scene
happening.
after after she won the veto, where she's just like eating Skittles in his room and putting up fingers, like let's go over the talking points. One,
No,
and
he's like giving her compliments. She's like, all right, that's a second compliment, third compliment.
she just keeps putting up fingers, and it's like you looked great in yellow, amazing win in the challenge. You're
Sensational
very
comes to
cute.
mind. I like when he said that.
Yeah, yeah. You were kind and beautiful. It is like these guys are simping so hard for her. It's wild.
You never saw the Fairly Odd Parents, but there was this girl on the Fairly Odd Parents that Timmy Turner dated. But her whole thing was she just wanted him to. She was just like, "Tell me I'm pretty." That was her whole thing, and that's
Mm.
like her with them. She's just like compliment me a lot, but it works. Like they love it, and I get it.
It's not even.
She's really cute,
It's not even tell me I'm pretty. It's them. I need to tell her she's pretty.
and she's just eating it up. I guess
Yeah, yeah.
I get it. She's very pretty.
She is, and she seems more attainable than Mackenzie.
Well,
Like
she's 6 feet tall. They wouldn't.
Rubina is Tucker's. Mackenzie is completely unattainable. She's like a model, and
Chelsea loves Cam. It seems like right.
yeah,
She was getting
Yeah,
so upset
yeah.
about him,
Chelsea's in love with Cam,
with
and you
Mackenzie.
don't want to mess with her. She's religious. You know, if you impregnate her, it's a baby on your
You know who
hands.
I like though?
Who?
T-Core.
Oh, I like T Core too.
She's cool.
But by the way, T Core's hosting in the HOH
She
competition this
proved
week.
you wrong.
Some of the best hosting I've seen.
And last week you said she couldn't read because she said eredaction. Remember?
I forgot about Eridaction. Yeah,
And you were like,
look.
she's illiterate. And then this week proved
No,
you
to be
wrong.
fair, I don't know that she did prove me wrong. The reading was a little iffy, but what she was great at was being super enthusiastic. Like she was doing like the Jeff play by play.
Jeff
The
Probst.
yeah, the
People
Jeff
might think Jeff
Probst.
Schroeder, Big Jeff. We're on a Big
No, not
Brother
big.
show.
That's true. That's true. I wasn't talking about Big Jeff. I'm talking about little Jeff, little tiny Jeff.
Little Jeff.
Yeah.
Finger pocket.
Yeah. Jeff Thumb. He does that play by play shit, and I feel like she was really good at that.
Yeah, I think so. I think you're right about that.
You know, like Rubina gets her second bowl, egg, whatever.
That's sort of her accent, yeah.
Cam gets a letter. It's impossible to do her accent. It's such a weird mongrel accent.
You're right. There was this guy on Survivor this season who does like football reporting for the Tennessee Titans.
Ooh.
And so during a challenge, he started doing like the play by play. He was pretty good at it. He was like coming for Jeff's job a little bit.
I worry. Well, it's not the first time. There have been many who've come for Jeff's job, and Jeff retains.
He's not letting it go.
All
Over
right.
his dead body. Are
I
you
feel
getting
like
that job?
I feel like Cochran came for that job. I feel like who's that nerdy guy? He was like a middle-aged man. Everyone was into him for a second.
Oh, the writer
mid
for Family Guy?
No, that's Mike White.
No, David.
Oh, right.
He has a baseball player's name.
No,
David
I'm
Wright.
thinking-
David Wright.
I'm thinking of a different guy. I like
Rick
David
Devens.
Wright, though. Devens. That is exactly who I'm thinking of. Yeah,
Yeah, they were friends
right.
on the same season, weren't they?
probably.
Well, I think David was on this season.
All right, let me get into this. You want to hear my
You got
notes?
distracted. I would let you.
All right. Season 26. That's what we're on here.
That's true.
Episode 22. I haven't slept.
Oh my goodness.
I took mushrooms last night.
Wow, that's exciting.
They kept me up.
Jeez. Where'd you find
Yeah.
those?
You can just buy them here in convenience stores. It's wild.
You can just walk in a convenience store, some shrooms.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. They keep behind the counter. You go, let me get those.
Are they like, are you 21 or something?
Yeah. But like, I'm old as fuck. So like
They didn't even card you.
They card me, but it's like they don't really look at the thing. It's like cursory.
No, I think that they do. I think that they're so good at it that they do actually look at it.
You think so? I don't even hand it to them though. They just glance at it.
I think they know exactly
Anyway.
where to look and they know the exact date. They're just like, boom, got it.
I hope you're right. Logan.
They're not breaking
That makes
laws
me
over
feel
there.
better. No. All right. It's day 45.
Wow.
I don't
Great
always
job.
write that down, but I did this time.
I love that.
Chemotherapy tells Angela. Oh, that part was good. When Angela's like they're like commiserating with chemo, it's so hard to see Tucker go. And chemo's like, yeah, I voted to keep him.
It seemed
And
like
she-
was she trying to bring up tears like she did with Brooklyn that one time?
I don't know what was going on there, but it was great. Angela's nuts.
She's better. She's a better character than Tucker, in my opinion. She's my favorite of the whole season.
I'm not even gonna argue with you.
She
Angela
is a
brings
nutcase.
it week after week. And this week, when she was on the block, I was like, oh, we're finally going to say goodbye to Angela this week. Like Tucker and Angela in consecutive weeks. That's rough. And then when Leah used that veto, I was like, what?
Thank God for Leah. That was
What is
incredible.
happening? And it's still, I felt weird about it because then it's like Joseph, Rubina, or Chemo's going home. I like all three of them. But still, I certainly don't want to see Angela. Like, I like Joseph, more than I like Angela. But I would absolutely sacrifice him 100 times to keep Angela on the show.
Of course, of course. I don't.
Mm.
I didn't expect you to like Joseph so much, honestly.
I think Joseph's underrated
As
as a
what?
character. As a character,
Funny character, yeah. He wasn't on the
yeah,
show much, but when he had like a close to 100% rating when he was on it, he was pretty good.
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, it was all killer, no filler.
Yeah, that's just true.
Mhm. All right. Quinn sent Tucker home in his girlfriend's skirt.
Yeah, Tucker, like after the season, took some offense to that. He was like really upset about that.
Really?
Yeah, but Quinn was like, I didn't mean anything. I mean, like he did the diary room afterward, but when he put it on that day to vote him out, he wasn't doing it like maliciously or
I didn't
whatever.
think so either, but of course you got to say something about it if that comes to pass.
And Quinn just gets so excited in the diary room. I think he
Yeah.
is so. I really
Quinn's
love Quinn.
honestly a delight. Like at the beginning of the season, I was real keen to compare him to that fella from 24. Who's that rug
Corey.
guy?
Oh,
Who's
Turner.
Turner? Yeah, like it felt to me like they were trying to recapture the magic of Turner.
Totally.
But and maybe that's what they were going for. But Quinn has definitely established himself in my mind as like a unique character, separate from Turner.
It seems like Quinn is like if Turner never started smoking weed. Like Quinn seems like he's like never done drugs before, but and Turner's like so chill and relaxed. Like he,
Yeah, Quinn's like a much harder edge Turner. And like a
yeah,
little bit sadder. Like Turner was like he was engaged to like that hot girl.
not at
What
the
was her
time.
name?
Megan Belmonte.
Megan Belmonte, who I follow on Instagram, and I'm always checking her stories.
Mm-hmm.
And then you got fucking this guy who's just like desperate for Leah. Like I'm like, is he a virgin? The way he talks to Leah is wild. It betrays a lack of experience with women. I don't think he's
You
actually
are.
a virgin, but I don't
I
feel
get
like
what you're
he's
saying though. Like
yeah.
the I. It does seem like it in those interactions, but otherwise, I don't think so. But I can see it with Leah. Maybe Leah's just like he's never experienced a Leah, is what it is.
Maybe that's just like the most gorgeous person he's ever interacted with in
I can
person.
see that
I sort of get that.
because he's like a band geek.
Yeah.
He's like, remember he like did that
Oh yeah.
the whatever they're called.
Hey, I did that in band.
Yeah, look at you now.
Yeah. I'm not sure.
I don't know what that.
No,
Like a sex freak,
yeah.
like
I'm a
Quinn.
sex freak.
Yeah,
Quinn's not a sex freak.
you don't know what he's doing
That's true. I don't. I
after
wonder
the
what
show.
Quinn's search history looks like.
We'll find out
Will we find out?
when he leaves. I'll tell you all about it.
What do you mean?
I'll ask
Do you-
him. I'll say, hey, what's your search history
oh,
like?
okay, okay. Do you have anything juicy on Quinn?
I don't think so.
All right, all right.
I don't think so.
Uh,
I do have an
HOA.
update on Quinn later on. Joseph's Instagram, there was a thing where Letterboxed, I've never seen this before. Letterboxed interviewed Joseph, Quinn, and America from a few seasons ago. It was the weirdest thing. And they gave their Letterboxd top four. So at the end of the episode, I'll tell you
Oh, I'm
what
very
their
excited
favorite four
about
films
that.
are.
Yeah, yeah. I want to say that the wrestler Bronson Reed, I found him on Letterboxd.
Wow.
He's
Wrestler.
injured right now, so he's just watching a lot of movies. It's pretty cool. He has really
It's gotta
good
be the
taste.
first wrestler on Letterboxd. I've never heard of that
First
before.
wrestler I've seen on Letterboxd for sure.
That's awesome.
Mind blowing.
Yeah.
All right. HOH is the chicken coop one. We all like that one.
Oh, you skipped. Rubina had a diary room saying, "I love Tucker."
I know. But
That's crazy. Love.
I said that last week. Don't you remember? I caught that on the way out of the house. She said they said
you
I
did.
love
I didn't catch that. You're right. So
Yeah.
they had already done that. And
Mhm.
I always hated that part where they come public to the house and they start like making out in front of everybody. Like,
That is weird.
what are you doing, guys? This is That's so
I
stupid.
I honestly don't think it affected their game at all, but it's just awkward.
So awkward.
Yeah.
I get like leaving the house, make a spectacle of it, but like this was days before. I don't know.
It was
I don't
only
know.
a day before.
Was it yesterday? Yeah.
Yeah, it was because I noticed that was day 44. And
Yeah.
remember, I wrote
Wow,
down
you
day
noticed all the
45.
days.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, I was on mushrooms, I was like
Oh
very
yeah.
locked in, you
Right,
know?
right. You should do that
All right.
every Big Brother week.
Maybe I should.
Mushrooms for Big Brother every time.
All right, all right. Um, chicken coop. They
Yeah.
have to knock down those letters, and then the first three that drop an egg become the what's it called?
Have not.
Have nots. I'm not all there today,
So it
but
seemed pretty hard, honestly, rolling the eggs down the thing.
it did. Oh my god, when Chelsea was it Chelsea that got one like through the O?
Yeah, yes.
That
I
was
love all their
wild.
reactions. But also
Yeah,
everyone on the bench like selling it. Like they were like that's sort of annoying. Like everyone was looking for big reactions too. I don't know. Just play the game. Maybe I
T-Core
complain too much. I'm
T-Core was
sorry, guys.
nailing it though. She was doing a great job throughout all this. Um, Angela waited it out, so she's not a have not.
Great strategy.
Honestly, I thought it wasn't a bad strategy. Like
No.
by the time she started doing the egg thing, I think only one person had knocked the letter down. She still totally had a chance to win.
Yeah, but it depends what you prioritize. Like, and the others can't be that mad at her because it's I mean, you can if you want to, but it's taking a person out of the HOH competition a little bit. If they want to sit out, that's an advantage to you.
True, true.
So, I like the
And
strategy. I thought that was cool.
she feels safe right now. Honestly, like Quinn winning was probably like the worst case scenario for her. Like a lot of other people
You're
would
right.
have been fine.
And we talked
Uh,
last week. It was probably bad strategy for Quinn to win. We talked about how many alliances he was in.
good point. Good
So
point.
she probably wasn't thinking Quinn was going to try.
And it did sort of blow up Quinn's game this week. Like everyone's sort of worried about Quinn now.
Yeah, you. That's why I always say just don't win the HOH unless you feel like you're the target.
Yeah.
Or like wait it out. Like play the HOH like you're gonna win and see how everyone else is doing. And if you feel good with the others around you, give up. I think that's always
Logan,
the way to go about
do
it.
you remember who I said were my winner picks?
I remember you had four of them. I
Yeah.
remember it was Tucker and Joseph, who are now both gone. And then you said Chelsea, and I want to say Quinn, but I'm not sure on Quinn.
All right. I'd like to replace Tucker and Joseph
Okay.
with Mackenzie as a possibility.
Okay. So Mackenzie, Chelsea, Quinn.
Yeah, I
Okay.
feel good about that.
All right. I think by the way, I think I made a bigger deal of the MJ thing. They're not calling her
M-
MJ. I was like, they're gonna call her MJ. And they like haven't
oh,
called her MJ.
Mackenzie. Yeah, I haven't heard it yet.
Maybe it was like a Twitter thing. People kept calling her MJ.
MJ.
To me, she was like MJ the whole season. I don't know.
Hey, did you see Tiger Woods' son hit a hole
I
in
did,
one?
yeah. That was crazy. You ever do that?
No,
Me
no,
either.
not and everyone came fucking close.
I've never golfed like that. Only done like mini golf.
Oh, really? No, I used to golf.
Really? Like, what do you mean?
Yeah,
Like in school?
like I would go. No, 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 no. Like I would go to like a course and like golf 18 holes.
With who?
I did. I started doing it with my dad, and then I stopped going with him because he would get angry if he was playing bad and like throw his clubs around and shit. And I was like, I can't be dealing with this.
Was he an
Um,
alcoholic or that was just who he was?
no, he's not an alcoholic. He's just has anger issues. He always has. If he gets frustrated by something, he starts screaming and shit. I have a little bit of that in me, but I was aware of it at a young age because of my dad. So I've
Mhm.
sort of tried to fight it. Um,
Of course.
but yeah, then I went a couple times with like friends and shit. But I don't think I ever did 18 holes. We would do 9.
9. You take the golf
Yeah,
cart or you
sometimes
walk it.
yeah.
That'd be crazy to walk it.
If we would walk it when we did 9, if it
Mhm.
was 18, we would use a cart.
When it's 9, do you do 9 and then the 9 again to make 18? Is that how they do it?
No.
or you just play one round of 9?
Some golf courses are fancier than others, and they have 18 holes.
But the
But
ones
then
with
there's like
9, when you play it, do you do it twice or you only do it once?
just once.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Uh, anyway,
Anyway, I don't what you said MJ. I started thinking about Michael Jordan, and then that made me think of Tiger Woods.
oh,
And then
okay.
and then I brought that up. That's where my brain went there.
I understand.
All right. Quinn wins this. Oh, and
Shout
the
out to Quinn.
have-nots are Quinn. Oh, well, I guess he's not a have-not though. He won HOH.
True. So are there 2 have-nots?
Yeah, I guess the only have-nots are Chemo and Mackenzie.
All right, that's cool. Shout out to
Yeah,
Quinn.
yeah. Quinn.
Oh, I love this. When he wins, he says, "I love my mom," and then he says,
Yeah.
"Hand me my check." I'm like that. Quinn's so funny. I'm like that.
I didn't notice I'm like that. The other
That's
stuff was
hilarious.
good though. Uh, Quinn is thinking of putting up Angela, Rubina, and a third person, but
Right.
those are his definites.
Tucker would
And
volunteer, but he's not there anymore.
it's
That's the problem
very
getting
good
rid of
point.
Tucker.
Honestly, yeah. So it ultimately puts up Angela, Rubina, and Chemo, which makes T Core very unhappy. And
Hmm.
and uh and Angela is 12,000% the target.
You said that?
Yeah,
12,000%. It's a lot
twelve
of
thousand
percent.
percent. Yeah, I mean that's pretty serious.
Yeah, I'd say
He's
so.
like definitely the target.
Didn't work out though. Didn't work
Didn't
out.
work out.
That
Didn't
wa-
work
that
out.
it must suck for him when the moment Leah does. Like you could see him crying during the like meeting, right? He's like about tearing up, and then at the end they're hugging him. He's crying.
Oh, I didn't even notice him crying. I just
I
saw
like
it like
T Core is like comforting
they
him.
cut to him and he just looked like dead inside. Like I've never seen him
Like
less.
betrayed, like personally betrayed.
Yeah,
Not like the
yeah.
game had nothing to do with it.
Except, and it was fucked up because, like, in my head, I knew like he was going to be like congratulating Leah on using the veto in like 5 minutes.
Well, it's a game. What do you do?
No,
Also, she's
it's
cute. If you
because he's
like yell
obsessed
at
with
her,
her.
then what happens? Where do you get from that?
I don't know, but he's such a little simp.
Like,
Anyway,
but if I get if someone did that and you can like now if your goal is to make them the target, but he doesn't want to make her the target now. He doesn't want to be like, all right, now I'm after you. He wants them to work out.
he just
What do you
wants
want him
a
to do?
shot at a makeout sesh at some point in the future.
So
It's
what?
never gonna happen.
But I can see like being him and she's like so much cuter than you, but she's like entertaining it. I get it's for the game, but she's so good at it, I think.
I'm not arguing with that.
She's
I'm
tricking him.
judging him more than I'm impressed with
I'm not
her.
judging him that much.
All right, episode 23. Quinn says he wants to go far with Joseph.
Yeah.
That's all gonna change.
Yeah.
That dude's gonna be the dude who leaves on his HOH week.
That is more Quinn's mistake this week. I think the moment Leah uses the veto, he should put up Mackenzie probably. Like Joseph's not gonna. His whole thing is like I can't put up the people that voted out Tucker. It's like why not? That was last week. We're at a new week. Joseph's not gonna nominate you. That's like your one guy. You can
You're
really like,
right.
especially now. Leah
Put
has
up
already turned on you
Mackenzie,
too.
even if she fights through the AI arena again, which is very possible. Then
Rubina or
what?
Chemo
Yeah,
going.
Rubina. Like that's if I'm keep Quinn, I'm ganging up on Rubina.
Because he doesn't want T-Core nominated, and he seems to be working well with Chelsea. Maybe Cam, if you take Cam out, Chelsea's only option is to like be closer to you. That could be good, but it could also
That's not
upset
bad.
her. Put up Cam or Mackenzie. I going for Joseph was so stupid.
I agree. Also, he's so not a target. Like no one's looking at Joseph.
Which can
I
also
mean,
be scary too, though. If someone's
no,
looking at somebody,
but it's the kind of thing
but it's
like,
your friend.
and he's perfect to bring to the end. Like Quinn, Joseph, final two. Quinn wins that.
Quinn wins that, and Joseph's dumb enough to think Joseph can win that, which is great.
Yeah, exactly. And Quinn like brings up to Leah at some point that Angela is like the ultimate final two person. Like if she's in the final two, she's taking $75,000 away from someone else, I guess.
Right.
And I mean, he's right about that, but Angela, she's gonna get a vote or two. I don't know that Joseph gets any.
Depends who he's up against. I love that strategy though, of taking out the people who are taking up spots. Like I feel like Cerise started that where she wanted to take out Crystal in Panama because she's like, Crystal's they're just gonna drag her to the end. So I want to take out Crystal, so then they'll take me to the end. But then she ended up losing.
Crystal.
Uh what was her name? Crystal? The fire, she had the fire. Shane was like threatened her, I'm gonna kill you in
Oh,
your apartment.
oh yeah. That was my crush that season.
What do you mean who's Crystal? Wasn't that her name?
I don't think that was her name.
Hey, what do I ask Siri? What I don't know.
Who's the fire
Hey
dancer?
Siri, who was the fire dancer from Survivor Panama?
Courtney Merritt is the fire dancer
Oh,
from Survivor Panama.
incredible job.
Yeah.
Courtney Merritt, my bad. Not sorry, Crystal. I was thinking Crystal
Yeah.
Cox, maybe.
Exactly. When you said Crystal, I was picturing Crystal Cox, but I was like, I don't think she was on the same season as Sari.
Yeah, my bad. My bad.
Yeah. All right. Anyway,
Courtney Merritt. Am I right?
Mewit. What is that from?
Big Brother 3, there was the guy Josh. His girlfriend was Merritt. Her name was Merritt, but he called her Merritt.
I do very much remember that.
Love
All
it.
right. Joseph thinks he's got a shot with Leah too. Whatever. Chelsea is. Oh, yeah, Chelsea's mean about Joseph. See, this is where my notes. I was siding with Joseph. I was like, he's really taking a beating this episode because, like, within the first 10 minutes of the episode, he's got that segment where he's looking like a real loser with Leah, and
Right.
then he's got this segment with fucking Chelsea where she's saying he's like Delulu,
But
and
I think they sort of back to what I was saying. They maybe sort of say we're saving Joseph because Quinn already had that segment where he was friend zoned by Leah, and they're just returning the favor to Joseph, you know. And then the thing you were saying to Chelsea was crazy. Like we're playing the same game. We're both here because we're such great
social
strategists and social
players.
players. Like
Yeah,
it makes so much. And he was like, I love that part where he's like, "What was that guy's name? Dr. Will or something?"
yeah.
That was hysterical to me. What's his name? Dr. Will?
He won without winning anything. That's what
That'd be
I'm
so
gonna
cool to
do.
do. I want to do
Yeah.
that. Man, that was pretty funny.
Yeah. All right. So they set up Leah and Angela have sort of a weird bond,
Mm-hmm. That was cute.
and it was, and it really comes into play in this episode.
Well, they set it up right here. They're like, "Oh shit,
Yeah,
this
yeah.
makes no sense."
It's good storytelling. So the power of veto, Angela gets a pick, and she picks Joseph, which is wild, and but Leah gets chosen next. She says that God picked her.
God, who else would have done it? Quinn. I guess he was the
It
HOH.
would, I would
It would
argue
have
it
been
was Quinn. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And it's the dark one. They've got
Oh
to go
yeah,
in
it
the
was
dark
dark
and
one.
build the robot. And Leah wins.
She won. Quinn, horrible job. He had that piece and he tossed it off to the side.
I know.
Terrible mistake.
It was sort of fun to watch them watch the challenge.
I enjoyed that part. Yeah, all the people
Yeah.
not competing sat inside and watched on the screen where you watched
Yeah.
Dooley.
Right.
That was cool. The Quinn thing reminded me of the clown shoe of Jeff Schroeder when he tossed the clown shoe and then he
you're
lost
totally right.
It's like,
the
you
clown
lost it.
shoe. I forgot about that.
That's like a
Brutal.
top 10 Big Brother moment all
Yeah,
time.
yeah. It's huge.
It was a big clown shoe. I don't know how he didn't see it. They were so big.
All right. Quinn argues to Leah that Angela's a shoe-in for second. I was saying that before. Joseph takes another hit in this episode in his conversation with Angela,
Horrible job.
but he does do a horrible job, and he does eat shit about it in the next episode. So
It seemed like that that was like how it played out. Like he did it, and then the next day it happened, and then he was
Yeah.
apologizing because like I know what I said yesterday. I'm so sorry
The
about
I
that.
It's funny because like she said that she was commenting on the irony that she was taken off the block and Joseph was put on, and I didn't think Joseph was going to be able to appreciate that irony.
No,
I thought it was gonna fly right over his head, but he comes up to Angela and he says, "I get the irony."
the irony is not lost on me.
Yeah, the irony
Totally
is not lost
understood.
on me. That's good. Leah vetoes Angela. I wrote 3 exclamation marks.
So it was very exciting.
Yeah. Quinn puts Joseph up, and Joseph hates Quinn now.
He does. His diary rooms are like, way to go, super fan. Oh, like rolling his eyes.
Yeah.
Like, God damn it. Oh, I can't even believe it. That's so funny.
I love Joseph. All right. Episode 24. So there's a thing apparently called the Curse of Ainsley.
Right. Yeah, you don't know about this?
Yeah.
They really didn't set this up until now, I don't think.
Yeah. So I guess whoever voted for Ainsley not to come in the house. Remember when she was cosplaying as a human?
Right. Of course.
Yeah. All those people who voted for her not to be in the house have been voted out in the first 6 weeks. All right. So this week they set it up. Chemo would be the one.
Chemotherapy could be the next victim.
That's right. But it's broken.
Can I give an update on Ainsley?
Yeah.
I believe I saw this week the actor who played Ainsley. I learned it is an actor, by the way. That was not like an AI thing.
Wow.
It was a real actor. She's on Beast Games. There's like a new Mr. Beast.
No fucking way.
She's on Beast Games.
Do they say on Beast Games that she was the Ainsley?
I don't know.
Oh my god.
I have not watched. I just saw a photo on Twitter that said Ainsley from Big Brother is on Beast Games. And I was like, holy amazing. Shit. Yeah, very cool.
Yeah.
So check out Beast Games.
I won't be doing that.
Oh, well, those listeners, check out Beast Games.
All right. Hey,
shout out all my listeners of the
all
podcast.
You people out there in headphone land, in earbud world.
They don't necessarily listen like that.
You
can listen from their car, Bluetooth.
In Bluetoothville. What else you got? All right, whatever. Joseph eats shit. Chelsea. Oh, Chelsea. Ugh. She gets jealous of this relationship that's starting to develop between Cam and Mackenzie.
My goodness. It is a weird relationship. They're like doing weird stuff.
I don't think they're doing that weird stuff. I mean,
you're wrong. The moment they're in the HOH room, all just hanging out, and Cam stands up and he's like, "Oh, Mackenzie," and Mackenzie's like, "Lay on my leg," and he like runs over and lays on her leg. What is that moment?
I didn't think it was that weird.
No, that's so weird. Everyone just
strike me as
everyone in the room was like, "What the?" Like Quinn is in the middle of telling a story. Cam stands up and points at Mackenzie, and Quinn's like he stops telling the story and is like, "What the fuck?"
There might have been an interaction between them that was nonverbal before he stood up,
which is weird.
I don't know. It's a sexy thing.
That's weird. That's what I'm saying.
She might have crooked that thingy.
That's what's weird. Is they have something else going on that the other house guests do not have going on.
All right,
there's an extra layer there.
Listen, they're it's a long summer. They're into each other. They're two attractive young people, and Chelsea, ease up. You had no shot. You had no shot with Cam. You're a religious freak. You think Cam's gonna like settle down and give you babies? No, that is not the Cam I know.
How do you know what Cam would like in his future?
Shout out to my dogs at the crib. I mean, he's living with a bunch of bros. As far as I'm concerned.
Is that like a frat house? I don't know what his thing is.
I think he has roommates.
Right.
And they're friends and they go out and hook up with ladies together. Listen, I'm telling you, Cam is not ready for wedded bliss with Chelsea.
No, but people meet each other, and then like a few years from then, they are ready for that, or they change their perspectives, and they're like, "Oh, now this is what I want."
Chelsea has to deal with the fact that spelling her name stupid, that's not what's turning Cam off.
Right? He doesn't even know that.
Well, I'm saying he's with Mackenzie. So
True.
clearly
He
that
clearly
doesn't
doesn't
bother
care.
him. Yeah.
Right. Well, he could not know also
Yeah, maybe.
because they has he I don't think he's been the HOH. He hasn't looked at their HOH keys. And now that they just turn the box and their pictures pop
Ugh,
up.
I hate it.
So there's no names even, I don't think.
We've
And
done
it's
that
not
now
Survivor where you have to spell their names.
almost as many seasons as they before that.
When did it start? 17?
I want to say 16.
16? Yeah. I don't like it.
I
And
don't
you have to
either.
assume season 1 they didn't even have that. Or maybe they did, I don't know. Maybe
They had Chicken George. That's all I know.
they did have Chicken George. Yeah.
Mhm. AI Arena. Let's
Mm-hmm.
do that. So it's like I wrote like it's like that knot one in the challenge where they have to unknot themselves. But then when Rabina was describing it later, she compared it to a Survivor challenge. So
Yeah.
teach their own. Um,
It's both. I think it was first used in Survivor.
hmm?
I think it was first used in Survivor.
Okay.
And then they
I
started
was
using it
I
on the
was
challenge.
thinking of that one where they had to like make big knots and then undo them.
Right. They've done it a lot. I
Challenge.
remember CT doing it once on the challenge
Yeah, of course.
versus somebody.
CT's done it all.
I remember a Redemption Island one on either Redemption Island or Blood versus Water.
Oh, that's a good point. I kind of remember that too.
So I get what she was saying.
All right. So I felt like Rubina was like edging me all through this
Oh no,
challenge.
come on.
Well, because she almost wins like 4 or 5 times, and I'm like, yes. Oh shit.
But
Yeah. I kept getting
then you
excited.
eventually got there. Did you
Yeah.
bust whenever she got there?
I busted for sure. Yeah.
I hate this podcast so much.
You asked me. What the fuck?
Oh, I was going with the metaphor.
Yeah. I exploded. Mackenzie. Where did I write this?
Mac and C
Mackenzie's crying.
with excitement.
But I wrote like a W.
Mackenzie.
Oh,
crying
I know what
W.
this is. I know what this is. It's when they're voting. All right. And Mackenzie's in there.
I'm glad you noticed this.
All right. Yeah. She's crying. It's a hard vote for her. Okay. And she's taking her time with it. And Julie pipes in with, I was trying to go for some Mackenzie vibes with my outfit today.
This is not what I was talking about. But I like how Mackenzie agrees. She's like, "Yeah, you are. You look beautiful." I thought that was funny for Mackenzie.
To me, it was like the worst time. Like Julie probably thought she was gonna say that at some point, like before starting the episode. She like looked at herself in the mirror. She's like, "Oh, I'm gonna bring this up to Mackenzie."
Oh wow!
And then she picked the worst possible time to do it, as she does with everything.
Well, didn't Mackenzie first compliment her, say you look great?
It was cursory. She's crying in there.
You say thanks. Vote.
Julie, you're the host of a reality show about voting people out of a house. Get to business. Be like, oh, is this a hard vote for you? If you're going to say something like that.
I think she saw a girl crying and wanted to comfort her, give her a little boost.
Shit.
You look beautiful, Julie. Thanks. I was trying to look like you,
But
Mackenzie.
and that's Julie's fucking. That's her way of giving somebody a boost. Is like, aren't you honored that I tried to look like you tonight?
I think you're trying to look for
the
something
great,
to be upset
the
about.
great
With Julie.
Julie Chen Moonves.
I think Julie did look
looking.
great, by the way. I actually didn't really notice. Sometimes I do notice. I feel like there was an era like 12 to 14. She was looking great, and I was like, "Oh
No,
Julie,
agreed.
great."
She had her time.
They all do.
Yeah. All right. The Joseph is evicted 4-3.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, did Angela vote for chemo?
Angela, yes.
Yeah, there was this crazy moment where Angela was crying in the diary, or voting in the. It is the diary room, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she's crying that like I don't have enough votes to save chemo.
Yeah, you're right. She
So
votes
she
him out and
gives
then he
chemo a
stays.
vote, and then he stays.
That was
It's
hilarious.
fucking wild.
I was trying to, I noticed that and I was trying to watch her face whenever the votes came in. And she
They
is so
cut to her
confused.
immediately. Yeah, the editors did a good job of like, let's
She's like, what
immediately
the
show
fuck?
Angela. Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah. So the Joseph interview is a bummer. The messages were fun, except for Angela, who had to be an asshole.
Mm-hmm.
And Ainsley comes to tell us that AI Arena's done, and there's only gonna be 2 nominees
Jury.
going
We're at the
forward.
jury
Oh,
time.
I forgot one note that I want to go back to
Okay.
involving Ainsley.
Okay.
Okay, when they. I hate the way they have to shoehorn the AI thing into every competition, no matter what. Like it's
Mhm.
easy to do when they're building a robot. All right, fine. But we're doing the chicken coop competition. We've seen it done in every season. And this is how they introduce it. They say Ainsley has been scouring the internet to try to find the answer to one of life's greatest mysteries. What came first, the chicken or the egg? And she stumbled upon an even greater mystery. What came first, the HOH or the egg?
Wow.
That's me one of the dumbest things I've ever heard anywhere.
I agree. And I'm glad you brought that up because I was like flabbergasted. Why do I sometimes I have that and I'm like, why do I watch this show? And then I have to
Yes.
remind myself, like, no, I love it. I have to like tell myself, no, Logan, you love this show for
Yeah.
everything it's worth.
And you have to be like, and this kind of shit is a feature, not a bug.
Exactly.
All
You're gonna
right,
have a
you
great
know?
time talking about it. So
Yeah,
that's all
yeah,
that
yeah.
matters.
Totally. But in that moment,
A feature, not a bug.
I'm like, what are we doing?
Totally.
All right. That's all I have to say.
What I thought you were gonna say about
Oh.
Mackenzie's vote was how long she paused. Like when she was like, "I vote to evict," and she didn't know Joseph or chemo. Who's she gonna evict?
Mhm.
And she voted to evict. People were calling it.
And there's genuine tension there. And Julie pipes in like, by the way, I'm beautiful like you.
That was before she started voting. She wasn't like, "I vote to evict," and then you hear Julie like, "By the way, you look so beautiful." That'd be crazy. But people were calling it. Like, have you ever heard "serving cunt"? You ever hear that?
Of course.
They said this was the most cunt vote in Big Brother history. That's what was going around the internet about Mackenzie.
How so?
They just said the way she delivered the whole vote like was so good. And I got what they're saying. Like the way she was so conflicted about the whole thing and then just said it and got out. It was good.
I'd have to go back and look at it, but
Yeah.
I mean, good
I'll
for
clip
her.
it. I'll clip it and I'll send it to you.
All right, yeah.
But,
all right, L Dog. Give me the Joseph update. Give me
yes,
the
I almost
Letterbox
forgot.
update. And then
All
I'm
right.
gonna say a really beautiful statement that's gonna bring us all together and wrap up the show all in one.
I wonder what that's gonna be. I guess we'll find
I'll
out.
let you know.
So he's on Instagram. If you want to check it out, Brosif Rodriguez. All right. He posts a lot of stuff from his place of work. So it's a lot of like VHS tapes. You got 28 Days Later,
that's fun.
The Howling, The Sixth Sense, bunch of stuff like that.
Hey, you
Friday
see
the
that
13th.
Scream? You see that Scream?
Joss Boys. Scream.
Yeah. Do you see that one? The Scream VHS that he's got on his page there.
No. What?
Look at your phone.
That?
Yeah, you see the Scream one?
What are you talking about?
He's got a Scream VHS.
Oh, the
It's a
one. Yeah, you had to like click on it and
it's
scroll.
a blue picture of Nev Campbell. Do you see it?
What are you talking? Oh, my bad.
I just want to say that's the exact VHS cover I had when I owned Scream on VHS.
That's crazy. I've never even seen this one before.
Yeah, they released like the normal one, and then there were like three limited edition ones. One had Nev Campbell, one had Courtney Cox, and one had I want to say Drew Barrymore.
Who cares about all that?
All right, yeah. Anyway, good for him.
Very, very cool though. But their letterbox top four. So this is what we got. I had to take a screenshot of this. I watched like a whole fucking. It was on mute while I was like
Do
trying to
you
watch.
have all of them? Joseph, America, and who else?
Quinn.
All right, let's hear it.
America. Her top four. We've got Coraline, Shrek 2, covered on the franchise, 22 Jump Street, covered on the franchise, and The Wedding Singer.
So two sequels.
Coraline and The Wedding Singer.
and The Wedding Singer.
Pretty good.
That's wild. Yeah.
Quinn, Toy Story 2,
Oh.
Holes. You ever see Holes?
Hole. Of course
Yeah,
I've seen
about
Holes.
Hole.
I even read the book that it's based on.
Kangaroo Jack.
What are we doing?
We should invite him on when we do it.
All right.
Legitimately. I think when we do Kangaroo Jack,
I would
we
be
should
fine
invite
with
Quinn.
that. Great.
And an Edgar Wright film. You want to guess?
All right. Based on what were the first three?
Toy
Kangaroo
Story 2,
Jack.
Holes, Kangaroo Jack.
All right. Based on that, the Edgar
His movies are
Wright
very
film that he chose, I'm gonna say
They're sort of the same.
Hot Fuzz.
Nope. The World's
Baby
End.
Driver. The World's End.
I think that's a
Wow.
bold, cool choice. I love The World's End.
Quinn's. No, me too. I think it's out of the box. I'm interested in that.
And here's Joseph. A Kevin Smith movie, guess.
Clerks.
Mallrats.
Mallrats.
And with these, he like held up a DVD. He like owned a DVD. He was like, I love Mallrats. It's my favorite. And he had a
Love
poster
it.
behind him too. Heathers. That's pretty cool.
That is
28
cool.
days later, he said that's his favorite movie of all time. That's pretty cool.
All right.
And then a Ryan Johnson film, Brick.
That was the one I was gonna guess. You should let me guess.
Oh,
I would have
sorry.
finally gotten one right.
Sorry.
That's all right.
I got to check that one out though. I never seen Brick.
Brick's okay. It reminds me of Veronica Mars. It's like
Oh.
doing like noir, but in a high school setting.
Right. Who's
Yeah.
top 40 like most?
Joseph's probably. Obviously the America the least because girls have bad taste in movies. We all know that. Quinn.
It's like a joke.
hated.
Quinn's is a little bit of a
I
joke.
hated the first couple, but he gets a pass from me for The World's End.
Kangaroo Jack is crazy. But he talked about it in the house. And then when Jerry O'Connell, I told you, shows up to host a competition.
Oh, that's right.
And he's in Kangaroo Jack. And Quinn was like
Yeah.
losing his mind. Like, oh my God, he's from Kangaroo Jack. So he wasn't lying. He's
That's
being
fair
true
enough.
and
We
stuff.
all have movies like that. I love Dude, Where's My Car?
Yeah. Van Helsing or whatever. So
Yeah.
it's fine.
All right.
Next week, we'll do 3 more episodes 25, 26, 27.
Great.
And that's
And
it.
in the meantime, love one another